AITA for not making my 6-year-old son call dad his stepdad even though he has never known his biological father? I, 26F, have a 6-year-old son whose biological dad has never been in the picture. He don't even know his name or how he looks like. Like about 3 years ago I decided to start dating again. I always had in mind that as a single mother I wanted a serious relationship, marriage. Well, I met this great man, let's name him Fred, who always had a crush on me, that's what he says, on FB, and well, after a few dates he asked me to be his girlfriend and I accepted. I did tell him since day one I didn't want to introduce him to my son till I knew for sure if this was going to be a serious relationship. I didn't want my son and Fred to get attached and then to not work out and then be sad. After a year of dating and having so many things in common, future, I decided it was time for him and my son to meet. By the way, I've always called him Fred, I just can't help myself every time I try to call him by another name like baby babe. My love just feels weird since everyone we know calls him Fred, even his family. Well, my son met him as Fred, and since he always hears everyone call him Fred, he would call him Fred too. After 3 years of dating and eventually moving in together, he out of nowhere asked me why I don't encourage my son to call him dad instead of Fred. I told him that it's not my call, it's my son's. He knows the meaning of dad, and I'm pretty sure if he wants to call him dad he will. Maybe he's not ready yet, or he's just used to call him Fred like I do and everyone does. He says that somehow it's my fault for not introducing him sooner in the relationship and for not telling him that he is his dad, that he wouldn't know. It isn't true since he don't know his biological dad anyways. I honestly don't know what to do now. I don't want my son to feel obligated on calling him dad, but I also don't want to lie to him saying he's his biological dad, since he knows he has my last name, not his. Update: after a serious talk with my mother, she admitted into putting pressure on Fred about putting pressure on me to take initiative for my son to start calling him dad and to propose to me already and make everything official, husband and father. She went on how she's doing in me a big favor and that I should marry him ASAP.